Hey, what's up, guys? It's TJ back here today with another video. And today I wanted to cover something that I've been thinking about a lot recently and has been very profound in terms of just a revelation in terms of how things work and how life operates. And I really just wanted to share the thoughts and ideas because for me, I genuinely believe that this perspective shift has changed my life and it's changed my thought process around how I'm able to help others and serve other people just in life in general, and just in business. So I'm really just going to share the thoughts that I've written down. It's quite a very simple um, process that I've laid out, but it's really just around the whole idea and concept of how to create anything that you want in your life. And after being able to achieve, I'm obviously nowhere near where I want to be at in terms of my long-term goals, but after being able to see myself go through a deep season of work and create somebody in terms of a self-image that I respect. I do respect myself a lot in terms of how I view myself now. I'm very at ease. I understand that I'm always still growing, but I'm very happy with who I am at this point in time. I think happy and being satisfied is different, but right now I'm very happy with who I am. This person that I've created, this mentality I've created, the reality that I've constructed around me has been very fruitful and has been I'm very proud to say that I am who I am today. But I digress. That always wasn't the case beforehand. And after like over a year or two ago, when I didn't like who I was at the time, I went through this transformation, as you could say, and doing some deep work in terms of changing my mindset around and thinking in a more different way to create the reality that I wanted. Because over a year or two ago, I was dead broke and, I wasn't making any money. And now I'm over here running a six-figure company with, two team members and, over 100 students. And being able to create that has been basically, a dream come true, a blessing from God, but also has come from design. Obviously, I believe I've been blessed and given the right, tools and outlets and mentors to learn from. But I do believe that, God has blessed me with the ideas that He's wanted me to see and create the future that I've wanted for myself as well. So, one of my favorite quotes from all time is from Nikola Tesla. And Nikola Tesla wrote in one of his books that he says specifically, if you want to understand how the universe works and how the world works, you have to understand that it all works off of energy, frequencies, and vibrations, right? Because like everything right now, if you look around you, even the inanimate objects are all vibrating. All the people around you are giving off a specific frequency. They all have energy, like living things have energy in them. So if you want to understand how the world communicates, and everything communicates off energy, right? And if you could understand like why, sometimes you can understand what somebody's thinking or somebody's saying just based off their body language, a word being exchanged, it's just the energy that they give off, etc. Somebody that you meet is absolutely amazing and positive and radiates, good energy, is somebody that you can take that energy off of and, you communicate with that energy, right? And so I don't know what your guys' religious background is, but I believe in a higher power and I believe that, God is real and that there is a creator, right? And so in the Bible, it says that, God has created us in the image of him and has blessed us, basically with the fact that he's created us in the image of him. God is basically a limitless, omnipresent entity, right? And so what he's allowed us to have and what he's all blessed every single living being with is, the gift of thought and free choice, right? And so the thought in the mind and just what you can think of is basically a limitless source, right? And this was crazy to me because if you think about everything that exists in this world today, it all started from a thought. Like the computer or the phone that you're watching this off of was a thought that somebody thought of back in the day, or even the lights in your room. Like somebody literally thought of the light bulb and created it into reality. Like there was no lights before. Like how did that even come to mind? The Thomas Edison literally had to think of the whole concept and idea of a light bulb, right? And so that's what blows my mind because out of thin air, humans are able to create things into this reality by, just following, the basic rules and principles and laws of the universe as long as they don't break, obviously the rules of quantum physics, right? Not to get too deep, but as long as it doesn't break quantum physics, like it's possible. So that whole idea is that the mind is basically a limitless source that God has blessed us with. If it's the one part that God has, made after his image, it's a limitless part that God has blessed us all with. Okay. So my point here is because the mind operates in the fourth dimension, which is not bound by time. Okay. And this is a little far out there, but if you just reel it back for a second, right? The fourth dimension exists without time because right now we exist in the third dimension, right? The third dimension is bound by time. Right now is very linear. Time is a linear construct, right? So it's either you can't go back in time, you can't go forward in time. You can only exist in this exact moment. This moment right here is the only moment that exists right now. And so with that being said, the mind and the thought in the where the mind exists and operates in is in the fourth dimension because you can literally think of anything at any point in time and the mind is limitless. It's not bound by time. So basically you can create anything in your mind with thought, right? As long as it adheres to, the laws of the universe, right? So right now you could literally think of yourself at the best version of yourself, the best possible version, having everything you could possibly ever imagine in your life when it comes to relationships, the things you have in your life, the money that you have, the material things that you have, the place that you live, the way that you speak, the way that you dress, the way that you look, right? All of that can be thought of. So now it exists on a now because you've thought of it, the concept and the idea of that thought now exists and is a frequency that has been brought into existence because you thought of it, right? And so basically if you understand that thought and idea is now a frequency, basically you can tap into that frequency at any given point in time. And so if the brain operates in the fourth dimension, is not bound by time, you can create that image right now. But the only thing that's stopping you from being that best version of yourself at this exact moment is time, right? Because if you operate in the third dimension, right, your time, your life, you're basically bound by the construct of time in order to achieve that goal. So now all you have to do is once you have created this vision in your mind is act as the person or act as if you were that version of yourself right now. And on a long enough time horizon, if you consistently act as if you were the best version of yourself, the reality that you wanted with all the material things, the relationships, everything that you can imagine will become real because of the consistency of operating in that frequency that has now created the results in your life for you to live the life that you have imagined and have cultivated in life. So in real time, you can act as if you were the best version of yourself, act as if you were them, speak as if you were them, develop the right skill set as if you were the best version of yourself right now. And then eventually on a long enough time horizon, that will create the reality that you want, right? And so was such a profound idea for me because it stopped being about like, if you'll ever achieve what you want. It's more of a when, right? And so after being able to, operate in a way that I'm proud of myself for over the past like year, I've now have started to see some progress with the vision that I have in mind in terms of who I want to be, person that I want to become, the way that I speak, the things that I have in my life, the relationships, the material things, the money, the finances, etc. Right? All of those things have stemmed from this whole concept and idea that I didn't even know. I wasn't even conscious and aware that this was happening until I looked back and, psychoanalyzed the whole transformation that I've gone through. And it's like, okay, why did this happen? And like, what did I learn that allowed me to go through this? And this was such a profound thought that I wanted to share to all you guys because honestly, it's changed my life so much. And I believe that when you strip down everything aside, if you can think of life in this, idea, literally anything's possible. Anything is possible. Like anything you could ever imagine, anything you could ever want to create is now possible. It's not of if it's if it will happen, it's when it will happen. So this is a frame of mind that I would love to help share and spread with a lot of people to empower them, to help them understand that, whatever you want in life is truly possible and that whatever you have in life right now is truly just your choice of staying where you're at. You can at any point in time choose to be anything else that you ever want in life and become anything else that you want, despite your circumstances, despite what you have, as long as you can understand that you can create your reality and like literally bend reality to your will, as long as you can think from and believe and have faith in the whole process and idea that God has blessed us with these ideas and he wants the best for us and that he will guide you down to the right path, show you the right people, show you the right vehicles, as long as you have faith in the process and you see the vision that God has laid out for you. And so, anyways, this one's pretty deep in terms of, just explaining like where my brain goes most of the time. I've thought about this a lot recently with understanding how to provide top level service in the world and understanding how people fundamentally operate and how to create the reality that, I've personally have achieved. And I'm sure plenty of other people have achieved, but just helping more people become more conscious of how the world works, how the universe works, and how you can create and cultivate the lifestyle that you want by will, right? It's actually crazy. So, anyways, if you like this video, let me know. I want to create more videos like this just because this is where my brain hangs out most of the time. Aside from the tactical and the strategy things, I really think about life on a very fundamental level. And I really love talking about these things because it's honestly been the big needle movers for what's changed my life on a fundamental level through and through. So, if you like this video, like, comment, let me know what else you'd like to see or if any of these concepts made any sense. Or subscribe, and I'll keep pumping out more videos like this in the future. But for now, thanks for watching. Catch you guys in another video. Bye.